Today we have a very special guest, and I know I always say we have a very special guest, but today's extra special guest, our friend Derik Deibler, is here. Derik is with the Witness Festival. Good morning, Derik.
Hey, Fred, how are you?
Man, it's awesome to see you.
Super exciting to be back in this studio again. It's like I said, it's been a minute or two.
So those of you who might remember or might not, 20 plus years ago, Derik was the Boyd Show co-host with me.
Yep.
So you were between Mindy having a baby and
Yes.
Christy graduating from college.
Exactly. Right in there. Yep.
Right
and,
in here.
And they're both still around.
They are
I hear
both
them all
still
the
around.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, yep. Deke Matthews.
You look exactly the same. As you did then.
You do too. Yeah.
No, sorry. You really do. So before we go any further, anybody you want to say hi to?
Sure. Cameron, if you're listening, I good morning to you, my daughter.
Yeah.
And my mother's probably listening
She
from work.
certainly
Absolutely.
is.
Would be supportive. I'm sure
Yep.
Dan and the rest of the Witness crew, are tuned in. So hello to you too.
Yeah. So Witness Festival is returning.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It is really exciting. You know, Witness Festival is an event that started back in 2002, a vision that my father, Craig, had started. And it actually started as this idea to have a flatbed trailer with a couple local worship teams in a small park in Quarryville. That was the idea.
I love that.
And he took that, and those who know my father, Craig, would yep, that's Craig. He thought big and said this could be a lot bigger of a thing, and started bringing in some national and international Christian artists, doing the whole prayer tent, merchandise tent, food, and all of that, and it became a thing. So for about a decade, Witness Festival went on. Once it was a 2-day event, but then just a 1-day event. And the last year we did this was 2014, so over a decade ago. Yeah.
That stuns me. I mean, time. First off, the fact that you were on the air 20 plus years ago.
Crazy.
Then, the fact that it started in 2002 and you haven't done it since 2014.
Yep, exactly.
Now, your dad had Life Song there in Quarryville long ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew, your dad was responsible for getting us our very first WJTL vehicle.
Yeah, that
Did
doesn't
you know
surprise
that?
me. No, I didn't know that, but that doesn't surprise me.
He helped us get the WJTL van. He donated it.
Wow.
So
That's
that
cool.
was 100
That's cool.
years.
100 years ago?
100 years ago.
It only seems like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, his days in the car business before the music store.
Before the music store.
Yeah.
So tell us all about this year's lineup, because you have a fantastic lineup.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty excited. This was just briefly. Dan, the gentleman who kind of restarted this, had been speaking with my dad a few years ago about his vision and heart to bring this thing back.
Yeah.
And then my father passed away about 2 years ago, March of 2023. And about 6 months after that, Dan approached me and some of the family and said, "Hey, how would you all feel about us starting this?" And we're of course. I mean, we're like, this would be fantastic. And so put together a board of directors, started doing some fundraising and planning this out, and just praying, into who God wants to be at this festival. And I feel like everyone that's coming is exactly who God wants to be there, and is going to use in a mighty way. I mean, super excited about Caleb and Kelsey. I don't know how much of their music the listeners are familiar with. They do a lot of covers.
Okay.
But they a fantastic duo. Tasha Layton, Benjamin William Hastings, Cochran and Company, and Corey Asbury headlining the thing. So
Love it.
very, very excited. You can kind of tell there's a bit of a worship-centric focus with our artist.
Right.
So we just are really looking forward to a day of worship, where people can come and not spend anything. It's free. We do ask for a $15 donation at parking, but if that's a hindrance, we just want you to be there. We just want people to come and enjoy the day with their families, bring those maybe that don't know the Lord, and have an opportunity to be witnessed to, which is, again, kind of where this thing started by being a free event.
And it's happening at Memorial Park in Quarryville again.
It is. Same location in Quarryville. Absolutely. Same park. Yeah, it's going to look, it should look very similar to what it looked like about 10 years ago.
How exciting. If folks want to go online and make sure they could get more information, where do they go?
The best place, honestly, is Facebook, our Facebook page. And if not, our website, witnessfestival.com, is a great resource as well.
Yeah. And so folks don't even need to reserve tickets, even though they're free. You just show up.
Just show up. Correct. No tickets, no need to reserve anything. The one thing that's not really out there on the poster posts or anything is there's a tent section that has limited availability.
Okay.
So sometimes
people
folks
can-
like to bring tents
Yeah.
and do that in the by
What
the tree
time will
line.
you kick things off that day?
It'll start at 12. The gates will open at 10:30.
Okay.
For people to come in.
Yeah. Check it out online. It's Witness Festival. You can go to witnessfestival.com or go to the Witness Festival Facebook page. Find out all about it. I know you made a special announcement this week about somebody who's coming to MC. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, of course, why not? And it was one of those things that kind of came together last minute. But Derik Deibler from FFH, my brother, will be coming back to Quarryville to MC and host the event. We're pretty excited about that.
I'm pretty excited about that for you. Yeah.
It's funny looking at the algorithms online when you do different posts. The post when we announced him as our MC was our second largest ranking post, which was really exciting. Yeah,
makes
there's a
sense.
lot of excitement. And he may share a song or two of our favorite FFH tunes.
That would be well. We'll play a favorite FFH on the way too. So just so we can, we'll talk more with Derik coming up in just a bit about Witness Festival. Our very special guest today, Derik Deibler. Derik is with the Witness Festival, and there's so many connections here, Derik. I could talk to you all day, but didn't you tell me Jeremy's son just was playing on Phil Wickham's album?
Not on anything released yet officially,
but
yes,
they're working
he
on
was
it.
just working on something with Phil in the studio. It just amazes me.
Because when you told me that Jeremy's son is his 20s, I'm like, no, he's like 10.
Yeah, I know.
Because I haven't seen him for years, and so time
Crazy.
just flies.
It really does.
So, okay, now we're here to talk about the Witness Festival.
Yeah.
Coming up June the 14th. It's happening in Memorial Park at Quarryville. And it's been over 10 years since you guys have had Witness Fest. Tell us about it.
It sure has been. It's Witness Festival started in 2002. It was something that my father had actually been involved in starting and promoting. And like you said, we were doing this till about 2014. Kind of stopped it at that point, but then about a year ago, a gentleman named Dan, who I'm sure you're listening. Hey Dan, had approached my father and said, I want to kind of get involved in restarting it, and put together a board of directors, got some excitement, some fundraising together, and Witness is back.
That's exciting.
It's a revival year. For those who don't know what Witness is, it is a full day of Christian music, free Christian music. So
And
no
how
tickets.
many free festivals are there anymore? There's hardly any.
Yeah.
So this is
Not a lot.
amazing.
Yeah. So and the idea was, not everybody can afford to bring their family to go to a concert.
Right.
So here's a way to see 6 artists, 6 bands in one place. There's going to be food trucks. Now they're not free, but there's food trucks.
Sure.
There's a merchandise tent, and then we're going to have some. It's a pretty impressive lineup. I'm very excited.
Yeah, tell
to
us
see.
about the lineup, because it's a great lineup.
So the day's going to start off with Behold the Beloved. So a little on the heavier side, a lot of fun, excitement,
and they're
energy.
great guys. You will love them.
So they're going to start it off, and then Caleb and Kelsey, who I'm super excited about, the couple, Anthem Lights. For those who may be familiar with, Caleb was involved in, or
Okay.
is I think still involved in. So
Okay.
Caleb and Kelsey will be here. Then Tasha Layton, Cochran and Company, Benjamin William Hastings, who I'm super excited about too. He's written a lot of worship songs that folks don't realize he's
We play
behind.
a lot of them.
You do.
Yeah.
And then last but certainly not least, Mr. Corey Asbury will be closing us out.
I'll be there for
Yeah,
that.
what an amazing lineup you have.
It's so exciting. And, the idea is we want everybody to be able to be entertained as a family and not have to spend the money to go to a concert or go, buy tickets. But we also want people to invite maybe friends and family that aren't perhaps believers and expose them to the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So really excited about that. And for me, there's the moment that makes it all worthwhile is when that invitation is given and that message has been delivered, to see people responding to that. And it's usually in groups of hundreds. So it's really exciting and moving to see people's lives being changed, and commitments made to the Lord. So really excited to have this ministry, Witness, back in Quarryville.
Yeah, Witness Festival, a free Christian music festival. It's happening June 14th. Did you say the gates open at 10?
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
Memorial Park at Quarryville is the place. If you want more information, you can just go to witnessfestival.com. Do you need volunteers? What do you need?
Well, great question, Fred. Volunteers, yes. On our website, there's a volunteer form. Quite frankly, tear down after the festival is
always a need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. Even I got wrapped up in planning and kind of forgot that, and had somebody come up to me on church and say, "Do you need help with tear down?" And I said, as a matter of fact,
we do.
We do.
Yeah.
So definitely some opportunity for volunteers, and quite frankly, also funds. So if there's a business listener or an individual listening, we are also in need of funding as well, and information on that can be found on the website as well.
And it's a free event, and those folks are the ones who help make it free.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Jeremy Deibler is going to be there. Your brother Jeremy is going to be there from FFH fame. Local Quarryville boy is going to be there emceeing. Do you think he'll do any songs?
I think he might. He was asking me if I could have a guitar there for him. So
That's awesome.
I'm thinking it's going to be a really neat touch. I haven't seen him on a stage at in a professional setting like that in a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to have him back
for him
in the
to
area.
be there too.
Yeah.
Witness Fest. We're super excited. The whole thing is back. It's a free Christian music festival. Corey Asbury, Cochran and Company, Benjamin William Hastings, Tasha Layton, and much more. You have a great lineup, Derik, and it's great to see you. Thank you for coming back in and sharing about this.
It's so good to be back in here. Like I said, I had a little identity crisis this morning. Do I put on my Deke Matthews hat or?
Well, yeah, yeah, because we called you Deke.
It was
Some
awesome. Still do,
and I still do when I see you in
Yeah.
person. So great to have you here.
Thank you.
Wish you the best. Hope you have great weather that day.
Thank you.